Wait. Hello. Now you get lots of waving. Hello, chat. Hello. Welcome back. Hello. Where's the RP con? There it is. I'll just go ahead and sit in there. There we go. Hee. Maybe.
Yeah, can I get the model?
Well, it should still
wait until
it might have like maybe a jawbone because I think I reset it. Yeah.
Is RP already happening? Can I go on in?
So it should be.
Well, one person went in.
There is, yeah, Darcy went in. If you want to go in and start role-playing, you can, but there's only one other player character in there right now.
Okay. Well, I'll go in there to get out of your way.
Okay.
So y'all can talk about stuff.
Bye-bye, Wibbo.
Wee! Gotta go to Calliope's room. Cause that's where Calliope is. Ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum. Bum. You're cute. No, you're breathtaking. Yeah, it's my invisible model. I've used it since the Pumpkinhead days. I've used the same invisible model. You know why? Because it works. It fucking works. There's no reason to change it. There's like a cute one that's it has a ghost and like you can see the other NPC, the other people who are invisible with it. If you use that one. But I like this one because I have it and I have it. I might as well. I also used to really like it because it doesn't have an armature, so it would save your calibration settings if you switched to this model to any other model. It would save your full body tracking calibration. I actually don't think I even have... I do have the ghost. I do have the spectator ghost favorited. This is the spectator ghost. It doesn't work super well if I'm invisible and streaming, because obviously then you can see me. But nobody else can see me. Just other people in this model. Yeah, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Unequivocally. Adorable and very smart. But I like this. Like, they did an amazing job with that model. Everybody else uses it, and they should, because it's really cool. But I use this one. For no other reason that I can. Actually, I think... Yeah, that's when I was given this. I was given this during the Pumpkinhead days. Because I had an uploaded one. Because everybody else had uploaded ones at that point. No one had a public one. And then somebody gave me this one, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And then I started sharing it with everybody. And I was like, why didn't anyone else think of this? Because we're stupid, that's why. Because we're stupid. Just a little bit. Just a little bit dumb. I've got some nice tea. I've got some ginger peach black tea. I love ginger tea. It's spicy. Not really spicy, but like it has spice in it. It's not like spice. It's not like hot spice. It's not like hot spicy. It's not like hot spicy. It's just like there is spice. like that sometimes. It's not spicy, but it's spiced. Yes. Going out, however. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, no, I don't need anything that says Carolina Reaper on it. Abso-fucking-lutely not. I have not and I will not. Like, I love spice. That's not flavor spice. That's shit out your ass spice. That's not what I need in my life. I already have enough gastrointestinal issues. There is very, very few Pumpkinhead VODs. Very, very few. There's maybe 5 tops that have Pumpkinhead in them. Because at the time, Pumpkinhead was kind of before I did roleplay streaming. And it was very much before I saved my VODs. I started streaming with Pumpkinhead, but I didn't save my VODs then because I did not know how. I had to ask Miss Universe, hey, how do you save your VODs? And she was like, you haven't been saving? I'll fix it. She helped me. I was like, Christy, how do you save all your VODs? It's so cool. And she was like, oh my god, ribbon. No, I think she just helped me. I learned last night during hyperfixation station on Chrissy's stream that apparently IBS is a content. Yeah. I don't have IBS. I just have bad tummy. My tummy just doesn't like things. I don't have IBS. At least, like, I don't think I do. I think I would have worse poops. My tummy has recently been more burr. It's not like I gotta poop right now, but it's like my tummy will hurt. I've been more easily getting like GERD and like my tummy will hurt if I eat things that are not pleasant for it. Such as pizza. I can't really eat pizza anymore. Pizza fucks with me. Yeah, it's just my tummy's a little more sensitive. I like mac and cheese'ums personally. I'm not a huge fan of spaghetti. I eat some pizza still, but not very much. I eat it, but I don't eat it very often. I can, weirdly enough, frozen pizzas, those I can do. Those don't make my tummy upset. But, like, the good shit pizzas, those make my tummy upset. And I think it's because of the, like, amount of grease. I think it's grease that makes my tummy upset. Fettuccine Alfredo has always made my tummy upset. It's so rich. I used to eat the shit out of it. Like, I would eat so much Alfredo sauce, and then I would just projectile vomit. Projectile. It was bad. It was real bad. That's why I don't eat Alfredo sauce anymore. Ever. Because I know I'll love it. I know it'll taste so good. And I'll fucking barf. I'll barf and I'll shit and I'll barf and I'll shit. Yeah, I haven't had it in years. Hi.
Hi. It's been a minute since I've seen you. How have you been?
I'm same as normal. I guess. I do live up here. I'm just more of a hermit, I guess.
That's okay.
It's just what I'm used to.
It's not like you have to be out and about 24/7 around people. I get it. Take it in doses, right?
Yeah. I also have a strix to watch after.
Mm.
A child owl person.
What's her name?
Moonbeam.
It's a good name.
We found her on a mission, and I'm taking care of her till we can find her parents.
Mm.
At least that's the hope, anyways.
Mm. Mm. People aren't usually out and about this early. It's nice.
Mm.
Well, I mean, it's just us, but
People tend to be relatively quiet.
yeah.
Till a lot later.
Everyone has busy days and full lives, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That they're just night owls. At least for some of them.
Yeah.
Hello.
Evening.
That's right. It is evening. Something I probably should have thought more about before lying down for.
Mm.
Woke up a little while ago. Realized that I need to be up. I have something that do. I'm gonna grab coffee.
It sounds like a good idea.
Guess we'll start to see more people soon.
Mm.
Usually it's like a drizzle to spring situation.
Mm. You look very talented with that pencil.
I wouldn't say that. It's just a nervous habit thing.
Mm. Well, it seems like a healthy way to deal with it. All I can do is draw stick figures.
Mm. I used to not be able to do much. I'm a little better now.
Mm.
It's mostly just a good way to keep my hands busy. I never really knew what to do with them.
Yeah, I felt like that when I was younger. Whenever I'd walk, my arms would just be so stiff. I wouldn't know what to do, but in the opposite, they'd just be rigid.
I had the opposite problem. I can't stop moving them.
Did you get that, seems like you got the situation with your hands resolved?
Oh yeah.
This kind of helps with keeping me more focused, I guess.
Mm.
Okay, alright, well,
Good way to keep memory too.
you're fine, alright?
Do you have any hobbies?
Bird watching.
Oh. Any particular ones?
Owls, cranes. Those are usually the top picks. I like everything.
I used to really like.
I really like pigeons too. People usually don't like them, but they're nice and they talk a lot and they can be cute.
They're smarter birds than people really realize.
Yeah.
Just a little softened by people. They've lost a lot of important natural instincts.
Yeah. I'm aware of that. They're pretty domesticated compared to pretty much any other bird.
Yeah. I like ravens a lot. Most corvids.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite calls to ever hear from a bird for me is probably a loon.
Oh.
But you only really ever hear the It's very pretty. Though only, what is it, the male loons have a different call that sounds kind of funny. I guess it's called a yodel.
There's a lot of birds I miss from the Feywild. I don't think you find them here.
Yeah. We don't really have too many different kinds back where I'm from. Well, generally back where I'm from, everything's a little twisted. We only really have birds you usually find, well, by the ocean, I guess. And some corvids. That's about it.
Our problem is more having too many. The Feywild is pretty much too much of everything.
A rainforest on steroids.
Pretty much. It's nice though.
I'll be right back.
I believe it. I'll have to visit sometime.
Just make sure you're careful. Easy to get lost and lose a lot of time. Oh.
I need a lot of start after we.
I can't have caffeine, so.
Probably better for you.
Technically, I can drink it. It just anxiety, and then more hyper, and then bird.
Oh. Yes, I could see how that could present as a problem.
So I generally avoid it. Small doses of caffeine is okay. So I stick to tea. Sometimes.
To be honest, I should probably do something different than coffee just because I drink so much of it. And some people find this weird, but I've never been a tea person.
No, it's just a preference. I don't like drinking milk,
People
so.
will. People will look at me and assume that I drink tea or drink it exclusively because I'm a kitsune. But it's
Well,
just.
that's just racism.
And that's what I tell them. And
Yeah.
then there's lots of backpedaling, and I didn't mean it like that. I just thought because
Well, no, it's not.
And they try to find an excuse, but
It's
that's usually their excuses.
yeah, it's not them blatantly, purposefully being racist.
Yes.
That's just systemic.
And I have to explain to them why it is. Usually they're understanding.
I used to have problems like that. I still kind of do. The elf
decide
thing.
against it.
Yeah, I decided against it. Although now I know that the suit doesn't fit for the gala at the end of the month.
Oh no.
Yep.
There's a gala.
So, Bardic Circle is hosting a gala event on, I believe, the 30th.
Oh,
Oh,
Hello, Miss Ibris.
Wonderful to know.
I think you scared him.
just a little bit.
I
No,
would hope it would take more than that to scare him.
no, wasn't scared.
I would hope.
I'm surprised.
There you go.
Not scared.
Naturally.
Not scared.
You never.
Me? No, I
It's
never.
the last of my coffee.
Pink robot jump scare. Ah!
Let me see, actually. I just wanted to make sure to go over some quick information with those that would be assisting. And I'm trying to pull up my notes now here. So I apologize if I look awkward to you.
Take your time.
Oh, evening, Miss Hybris. Sorry.
Good evening. You must be Darcy. I apologize that we have not yet met.
that's fine.
I see. Well,
Okay.
it is a pleasure.
Right. Well then, for those that are here, although I'm not sure about our new recruit, Mocha, they seem to be off by themselves. Like, wish they'd see if they come over.
I mean, I used to do that mostly. I still do, actually. A lot.
It's also a good chance to meet your boss.
We'll give him a moment.
Yes. Almost every time I sneeze.
Miss Crystal, how have you been?
I've been alright. Lots of focus on potion. So.
Naturally. Hello.
Hi. I'm Mocha.
So I have been told. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Hybris.
Pleasure.
All mine.
Cool. Well, now that formalities are out of the way, I guess I should talk about why the royals are coming.
Please.
To be clear, one particular royal, the Queen of Owl's Hollow, is set to arrive here any moment now. Her and I believe the Queen's Guard, her captain Evelyn Underwisp, they are set to be here because they believe that there is a problem about a settlement that is just outside of their territory that they believe they've already been told once. They are not to set foot near their lands. However, due to the nature of the people that live within this settlement and because of their actions, they believe that
It's Callista.
intervention does not take place. They will have no choice but to take further action, and they wish to avoid this. As far as we know,
I hope she's okay. Oh gosh. It sucks when it's really hot and we're trying to roleplay.
I said I'd be here, I just wouldn't look well.
I know. I just started the debrief.
I think you look
so-
lovely as ever. Ugh.
Appreciate it.
Of course. Now then, I'm not gonna make you stand for the debrief. If you want to have a seat, please.
I'll be alright. I've been sitting in
Well,
a
I
stuffy
mean,
room for
shouldn't the
weeks. Think I'm
debrief
good standing.
Shouldn't the actual debrief be when all of us are here?
To be fair, I don't know that all of us are going to be here today. I know that Rose said that they were not able to come in today, so I'm gonna do as best as I can. I don't know how many people are arriving late. I don't know how many people are gonna arrive on time. I'm trying to get you guys this
That's fair.
information before the Queen shows up.
Understood.
Okay. So, as far as Lady Evelyn Underwisp has told us, like I said, these people within the settlement outside of Owl's Hollow, they have been instructed by the Queen that they are not permitted within the lands of Owl's Hollow. However, it seems that as of recent weeks, I guess, they have been seeing increasing patrols from that settlement. This normally wouldn't be a problem, but the settlement's patrols are growing steadily closer towards their borders, towards their lands. The initial reason for them being banished, or I guess barred from entering Owl's Hollow, is that these people from the settlement, apparently upon contact with the people from Owl's Hollow, seem to have stolen the magic of several individuals from Owl's Hollow, unbeknownst to them until only after the fact. This, I guess, comes as a threat to their overall well-being, but also their overall health and their, I guess, their livelihood. Go ahead.
Do we know at all how they do that?
Hopefully we figure that out today. This is what I was told by Lady Evelyn Underwisp, is that the Queen has more information and more details as to the situation. So I'm giving you what Lady Evelyn Underwisp has given me up until this point, so that way everybody is on the same page going into this conversation.
Okay.
As far as I know, the original situation was there was a visitation from the settlement into Owl's Hollow. They met within the Queen's, I guess, main halls. However, prolonged exposure to these individuals allowed them, I guess, some sort of sickness. It wasn't really clarified by Lady Evelyn Underwisp. After medical examination, they then realized that the magic had been stolen from these individuals. To which the notice was put out that they are no longer allowed to enter Owl's Hollow, and this is for the safety of their people. Now, as such, as indicated, you can now understand that people from the settlement now doing patrols, encroaching slowly towards that of the territory of Owl's Hollow, would probably put them at risk for what I would believe at least some type of retaliation. Attempts for communication from Owl's Hollow to this settlement have been made. However, the settlement has refused to respond to Owl's Hollow. So that is why they have come to us to try to intervene in some form, shape, or fashion. Are there any questions? No? Okay. All right. So that is where we are currently at right now as far as the information given to us by Owl's Hollow. What I speculate, however, is that there's a little bit more going on here. As far as I can tell, the representative from Owl's Hollow, Lady Evelyn Underwood, she did not notify anyone that she was coming to us to receive aid. She, however, did speak to her queen and let her queen know that she was receiving outside assistance. This is why they are coming to us now. To speak with us.
I can't get up and take them right this second, so don't let me forget to take my pills.
We need to speak with the queen per Hibis's request. This also comes alongside of another bit of information that Lady Evelyn gave me. They said that during the patrols, there is a shadowed figure that is following the patrolmen. That when, I guess, they met up with the individuals that were patrolling from Owl's Hollow, the same similar type of feeling, that magic being taken or stolen, what have you, was felt. So it is to my understanding, however, that the initial interaction with these people from this settlement was non-hostile. However, this doesn't seem very indicative of somebody who is fit to let certain things go, as far as jurisdiction dictates. Obviously, pushing towards somebody else's territory when you've been told not to go there is a violation, I guess, from the eyes of Owl's Hollow. So the belief there is that if action's not taken, they believe they may end up eventually going to war. We don't want it to come to that. We don't want any type of show of force to be thrown down upon them. Lady Evelyn has very clearly dictated that
she will be here momentarily. You will want to wrap this up.
the Queen is not going to hold back. Go ahead.
I have a few questions, just so I know what we're dealing with. Do we know that their cultural origin, human, fae, otherwise?
Human settlement.
Okay, that
highly
helps.
Magical, gifted.
Also, do we know if they have any form of written treaty as to this agreement?
That is unknown at this time.
Okay.
As far as
Yeah, Calliope wanted to know to make sure that they didn't bring a bunch of metal.
I understand, we need to figure out what's causing the
If they were
magic
fae.
and we need to
'Cause they
figure out
sound kinda
why it is
fae.
that they keep pushing towards Owl's Hollow. Other than that, well, the Queen is pretty much here, so we're gonna go and we're gonna welcome the Queen. Anybody else? Last questions?
I'm not dressed for royalty.
nothing from me either.
Okay.
Take my way, considering I'm so sick still.
Let's get to it.
Take my pills, take my pills, take my pills. Come here. Home.
I guess more people than were just assigned for the mission are helping with this.
Guess so.
I think I'll be more of a listener.
If I tell somebody to remind me to do something, I'm much more likely to remember to do something. I won't remember unless I specifically ask for someone to remind me. Then I remember perfectly. I don't know why.
That's what I'm hoping for.
See what the Queen has to say. Before we get a bit more information pertaining to what's going on
We have
and any recent developments that we need to be made.
Ro wasn't. I think Ro's not able to come. Crystal, Shiro, Calliope, and Amber. No stand-ins. So, okay. So that would be just Scarlet, Amber, Crystal, Shiro, Calliope. I have had food and water. Getting dinner today was a little more stressful than I had hoped, but I did get dinner. Boop boop ba doop. Boop 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 ba doop. Boop 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 ba doop. I found a prefab, by the way. That I'm really excited about, and I really want to try it on Maddie. That is a little drawing tablet prefab, and I'm hoping what I can do is maybe use, instead of the drawing tablet model, try to use the coloring book, or the book for her. Maybe either like see if I can maybe put a coloring book texture on it to color in it, to have it be a coloring book, or just have it be her little journal and then be able to actually draw things. Because it would be very stimmy, very nice, very good. So I'm considering doing that.
I'll make small talk while we wait, considering the silence seems to be deafening.
Yeah,
Let's just sit here in awkward silence.
Awkward
that's-
silence.
Oh, that's
So-
pure torture. Genuinely.
Yeah, no.
Genuine torture of what you're
I smell
suggesting.
that we're having.
Silence is in when you're alone is good. With other people, it's very stressful.
It's. You'll be alright. Nervous?
Yes.
Yes, I know. The answer to every question.
This is me you're talking to. I just need you to
Exactly.
know that.
That is why I say such. I
Mhm.
know. It is exactly why I say such things.
I don't know. I'd say they made leaps and strides since I first met him.
Well, You are definitely more confident than you were.
Now it's like a duck instead. Very
Oh.
Oh no.
We've got incoming.
And there seems to be our guest.
Indeed.
Oh boy. Oh. 40 nuggies. 40 nuggies.
Quite the procession.
I love nuggies.
First they're here.
I love nuggies. I love nuggies. I love nuggies. I want nuggies. I want nuggies right now.
She's aware of everyone.
I hate that.
Unlikely. Unlikely, but never zero. That's a lot of metal, isn't it? Mmm. Sure is. Yep.
Good day, Your Majesty.
Thank you, Lord Ion. Welcome. We have a lot to talk about.
I'm sure we do.
You what? Through here.
What's your name again?
I am Hybris. I am the founder and operator
Right.
of Aegis.
Heard a lot about you.
I'm sure.
So, where would you like to have this talk?
Just up the stairs, if you wouldn't mind. You wish for
Of
your
course.
guard to wait at the bottom of the stairs, otherwise, they are welcome to stand nearby. Whatever is your comfort.
I think it's fine if they can wait below the stairs.
Understood.
Oh, would you like to lead the way?
Of course.
Through here.
I was gonna say, now that looks like a Sizzle character.
See what they have to say.
Metal. So much metal today. I've been around a lot of it. Somehow.
It will allow the agents fruits to
That's
stay
their
on the bottom.
questions, yes. And they'll be the ones primarily assisting.
Alright, other than the offices.
Of course.
Let's see, that should be it.
sure you know why we're here.
I know a bit, yes. However, part of this meeting that we had hoped to arrange was to ask a number of questions and try to further evaluate the situation surrounding your subordinate's request.
I see. Well, ask away.
Understood. If you don't mind, I would like to ask that a few of our agents ask questions, as they will be the ones primarily assisting you, rather than myself. I am only a guide
of
and a
course.
coordinator.
Understood. Well,
Okay. Allow me to step forward, Your Majesty.
of course.
Right. My name is Ion. To begin with, thank you for coming here today. In response to our request for additional information and to be able to ask the questions we need to in order to help your kingdom. Excuse me. First and foremost, I wanted to try to get a better understanding of how it is that your kingdom, I guess, functions in terms of culture and way of life, things that people should know upon entry to your kingdom.
Well, my kingdom is interesting to say the least. Most everyone born there is magic users, as you will. They have been gifted. They have the light within them, or that's what we like to call it. And around a certain time when they graduate their schooling, they will get we have a crystal that basically shows what affinity they have.
Damn.
Whether
Sound is all the way up.
and what
I still can barely
they
hear it.
put in. We are mostly peaceful. Don't really want to
No, it really doesn't.
interfere with too much, just left to our own devices.
It was brought to our attention that there appears to be an opposing settlement that is causing some trouble outside of your kingdom's walls and outside of your territory. Could you elaborate on that for us a little bit?
Well, they came to us one night, and we let them in. Told them that they could enjoy our plentiful nation, right? As guests, of course. And when they came around, some of our villagers, it felt uneasy as a lot of them lost their magic. And to a nation that's built on magic, that is not very safe. So we escorted them out as to not cause a scene. But they've been patrolling and getting closer to our nation every single time.
Have these patrols increased, or have they progressed any since Lady Evelyn last spoke with us?
They've gotten closer to the walls, yes. They're more frequent.
Okay. A detail that Lady Evelyn spoke about in our previous conversation was that there was a figure spotted with the patrols, some type of a shadowed figure. Can you elaborate that on
Yes.
in any way?
As far as I am aware, every patrol has one cloaked figure. It's the same as the one night they were let in.
Has your guard been able to figure out any type of correlation between the theft of magic and this figure, or the patrols that are slowly growing any closer towards your kingdom?
Yes. So they have set up a small settlement. It used to be decently far away from us, but it has expanded, and each patrol will go back to there.
Okay. In regards to the theft of magic, have they seen any return of their magic since that incident?
It comes back after they leave.
That's good to know.
Okay. And then the overall health of those individuals now, are they okay? They're well. They're able to do their day-to-day.
They are just fine.
Have you been able to make any contact with the settlement since we last spoke to Lady Evelyn?
No. They refuse.
Do you know why it is that they've refused any type of contact?
No.
Okay.
Not that I am aware of.
Question brought forward by one of our agents. Do you have any type of... I guess I should backtrack. It was brought to our attention that you mandated that they not be allowed back into the kingdom. Is this correct?
Yes, but that is for fear of my own people's safety, rather than anything else.
This mandate, was there a mutual agreement between both parties, and is there any type of documentation to support this mandate?
They refuse to talk to us.
They refuse.
All right. But as far as your kingdom goes, you do have documentation to support the mandate when it was decreed?
Absolutely.
That doesn't necessarily
For safety, if I didn't,
help.
someone could walk out and have their magic taken.
Since I'm more meant
as far as the opposing settlement,
if we know
do you have any information
the rules of
about
their
that settlement,
agreement, the
their leaders,
treaty,
their social
then
structure, or anything
that helps.
off of?
Make sure they're following that.
They still won't talk of us, and we've tried to spy on them, but it's never succeeded.
Okay. So, in order for us to best help you, we're going to need more information in regards to this opposing settlement, the ones who keep sending out the patrols, so on and so forth. Can you tell us anything about their patrols as far as equipment, skills, weaponry, anything that they use while they're out on patrol, so things that we can keep an eye out for in case we need to try to approach the settlement and try to speak to them and try to understand their side of things so that our people aren't in any type of danger or unawares?
As far as I'm aware, it is a well-armored militia. Broadswords with shields.
Okay. All right. And
Probably steel.
additional cloaked figure.
That's always uncomfortable.
Okay then. That being said, how would you like us to best approach this situation? We can take a diplomatic approach for this, which we prefer. Or or we can try to have both parties brought to, I guess, a mutual meeting place, some type of neutral ground, so that both sides can try to talk. I understand that this is a detriment to you, since this would leave you vulnerable, but if both parties are unable to communicate in some fashion, we're not going to be able to get anywhere productive towards what it is that I would see, or at least I would believe, you want as an end result, which I don't believe you want any type of bloodshed, which, to my understanding, based on the information given, is a likelihood should they continue to provoke with these patrols that continue to go outward.
Yes, we would like them to leave. Not come near our kingdom at all.
Okay.
Stay as far away from us as possible.
Okay. All right then. That's pretty cut and dry. In the event that we cannot convince them, is there anything that we should notify them of in regards to your kingdom and what it is that you all have set forth? It's a precedent.
As much as I don't want to, but we will take that land back.
A declaration of war.
Am I to
Fun.
understand that they have already intruded on
Interesting.
your territory's land?
Yes. With their patrols and everything else. There's no reason you should be bringing an armed militia on any kingdom's grounds without notifying its leader.
Okay. All right. Okay then. Those were all the questions that I had at this time. If anyone else has questions, please feel free. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Calliope.
Step up.
I wondered if you are aware of the make of their armaments. Some among us have allergies to metals. So this would be good to know beforehand.
What I can tell, it is just steel.
Thank you. Yep. That'll hurt. Hopefully no fighting.
If anyone has any questions, now's the time.
Yes, if you will be going into the lands, anything that you want to know.
Number two.
Chiro?
The magical capabilities of this other nation known.
Not that I am aware, no.
Understood.
Well done.
If there are no further questions, there are a few things I wish to discuss with you more privately, but until that time, is there anything else you wish to say to them before we conclude this discussion?
Thank you for helping us.
That is all.
Well then. If you would all give us some space.
Your business.
We're gonna leave this way.
Alright, you all can go in front of me.
Guardsmen, you may socialize, intermingle if you wish. The queen will be a few more.
Your Majesty.
I'm gonna barf. I might. I might barf. Oh. At least Fae royalty. I'd kind of know the way to talk to them. Oh boy. Oh. I already upped his thing. There is anxiety. Mm.
I'm not following you, I swear.
I think you were. I just took the fastest exit. So
Of course. So what do you think of all that?
mostly I think I'm gonna barf. The very anxious. Human royalty. Also a lot of metal. And going into more metal.
I'm not a fan of cold iron either.
I'm sadly it's all metals for me. At least all processed ones.
I'm very careful for what I'm getting my equipment made out of, so I understand that.
The only metals I can technically handle it is alloys, gold, copper, things like that.
Well, as long as it isn't cold iron or, well, I guess anything that's blessed, I'll be okay.
That's good.
Or if they're too attractive, then that's a me thing.
Oh.
Sort of.
Yeah, but if he's allergic to iron.
Being what I am.
I hope this goes well. Feel a little under stressed. Is it disrespectful to be in a room with a queen with no shoes? Probably. It might be. It might be.
To wear shoes?
I can't wear them. At least not normally.
Don't. You're fine.
I can. there's just always a risk that I could turn into an owlbear and then no more shoes. So I
Trust you, Evelyn. But let's not have this happen again.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Say something wrong.
No, I don't believe so.
thank you for biddies. Also very funny.
A little bit of stomping. Who knows?
I'm sorry.
Just seemed like they had a slight amount of attitude. That's all. Maybe they heard something they didn't like.
Perhaps. I believe it will be important for us to get the other side of the story, as there is always at least three.
I agree. At least from what they're saying, it doesn't necessarily sound like the other party is evil. Maybe just misunderstood.
Things are
Perhaps.
hardly black and white.
Rarely if ever. Well then. Is there anything I can do for either of you?
No.
Don't think so. I have my own issue I'm dealing with, but that's a hell issue, not an Aegis issue.
Oh, actually, I'm wrong. After they're done, I do have something to talk to you about.
Of course.
I need to put a little pressure on the one forging my equipment. Because, if it's not done in time, then someone may no longer be.
I see.
That's
Well,
a
if
bit of
there
a
is
stress
anything
I'm
we
dealing
can
with.
do here to assist you, please allow us to do what we can.
I'll put on my pressure first. If it doesn't work, I'll let you know.
Of course.
I'll leave you to
Calliope?
it.
I put out a message in the chat room, but myself and Kanto have a patient. I can't go into full details, but
I am somewhat familiar with the situation. However, I do not have full details, given privacy and all that.
We want to try to siphon out some of the bad mana, which is as in detail as I'd like to go.
Of course.
But the only thing that we can think of that will not cause potential harm to the people doing it is potentially siphoning it into mana crystals. But
Yes,
we
I
don't.
messaged before. It should not be too much of an issue to procure some.
Thank you.
I assume you would like assistance with this.
Yes.
Understood.
Time
there
is
any specifics
very
on what sort of monocrystals you need?
anything that can store it.
Understood.
We don't need them to be filled. We just need them fillable.
Understood.
The sooner the better, preferably. They don't have that much time.
I'll see about procuring you some. Is there a specific amount that you need?
Enough for roughly a full-sized person? When I say we're removing mana, I mean a lot of mana.
Understood. And these crystals, I assume they will need to be destroyed afterwards as they are contaminated.
But potentially, but that's something I think we need to talk to Scaris about. Due to the type of mana that will be going into it.
Understood. If you would speak with him on that, I would appreciate it. In the meantime, I can work on procuring you a number of monocrystals suitable for your task. Given that this is a medical situation, I will file it through Bibi. She will have them for you.
Okay.
Kanto will be informed, and once they are available, I will have him pick them up for you. Unless you would prefer to.
Either one of us.
Understood. I will let the two of you discuss it then.
Okay. I'll leave you to them, but thank you.
Of course.
Take care. Miss Adams?
Alright, let's probably snoop. Calliope, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So,
Residual anxiety.
alright. Well,
Royalty.
yeah, it's always fun. Why don't you go make some tea and put some honey in it? A lot of sugar from.
Okay.
And we'll drink some.
Also, Scaris, at some point, if I could talk to you about a medical situation that I think you can help with. Oh, okay.
To Snoop I go.
Tea. You just don't forget about breathing, Calliope. That's a thing that you can do.
How'd it go?
Huh? Oh,
Go well?
she's gonna help. I'm gonna make tea, BB. Oh. Oh, you're so that. I think my brain fell out. To talk about bird brain. Ha. Oh. Soup? It's not a soup, it's a pasta. It's a pasta. Not a soup. Calliope base is a Fey elf. Not an Eladrin, but an elf that is Fey. An elf from the Feywild. However, due to Calliope's curse, he is now referred to as a cursed one, which is a particular race that is exactly what he is, a cursed elf with this particular type of curse that causes him to turn into an animal or creature. Calliope's obviously is a bit big and scary. However, some just turn into animals like rabbits or deer. Or birds. I guess someone could turn into a fish, but that would really suck. Really would. Calliope foot issue? His feet turn into talons. That's what the Calliope foot issue is. They turn into big old talons, and then it tears up his shoes. Yeah, grippers become grippers. Yeah. Before it was that Calliope couldn't get access to any shoes because he kept breaking them. And he didn't have access to a cobbler. Tea, Steve, put the sugar. Put the honey. Get a little bit of cream for Calliope, because Calliope likes cream in it. Because he's a fucking fae. He loves cream. A little bit of half a half. He doesn't like to drink milk, but he does like cream. Because cream is different. It's really not that different, but it's the same. Because Calliope's curse does not make it so that he changes forms. He's from the Winter Court. He's obviously not, like, high up in the Winter Court, but he is from the Winter Court. What's the solution that you came up with? I am curious. Even if it won't work. Slip on shoes. Oh no. Yeah, I know they wouldn't help.
Yes.
A moment of your time, please.
Or if we can figure
Even
out
though
something.
Slade is hot-headed, usually, he
Thank
would be
you.
valuable.
I do
as
appreciate
they
it.
probably can't disrupt him. He just needs to learn that he's there for information gathering and not.
Calliope has made a request
Disturbance.
for a
I mean, the
number
individual
of
does
chronic
run a
crystals
business.
to be used
Is running.
for medical purposes.
So,
I will file
he should
this
know his
for
way
you.
around words.
However, Kanto and Calliope
Should
will be
have something by
handling
now.
the management of this issue as they have already done
Yes.
so. This
I
is
mean, I
related
trust
to
I'm
an
not
issue that I
bullshitting.
have encouraged Calliope to speak to you on, Scaras.
Very well.
I will grab the ones that I have no purpose for and give you to them now and put in a proper order. The bigger ones.
Okay.
To be scheduled. Easier.
I hope the two of you are well, and I hope you are feeling a bit better.
Try and get in there. I'm all upturned right now, so we're hoping it stays like that. So,
I'm certain we all are.
I like
But
that's the word.
I'm not sure if we're meant to be going.
I do need to return to my work. So, if there is
Rather
not anything else that I can do for the three of you,
be alright. We'll make sure to get the order in.
I
Soon.
believe we've done all we need for now.
Good luck with the work.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat yourself?
Good luck with work. Sorry. Little
Thank you, Calliope.
extra anxious. Not you.
Royalty does that.
Mhm.
It's just royalty after all.
Mm.
I would have
Mm.
no experience with this, now would I?
I'm
Ah, yes.
Well then. If you need me,
Good
you
luck.
know where to find me.
Yes, you should see the paperwork
course.
appear in the database. Hopefully later, for that order. We'll try and get it
Of
filled.
course.
Good job.
What is it
Did
that's...
it?
You need to speak to me about Calliope.
I'll go grab that paperwork while you two talk.
um the person in question. She's undead. Acco-
Is this the thing, Kanto asked me
Yes.
about with Jasmine?
Yes. The problem is, from what Kanto has told me, her mana is toxic to anyone else. I figured if anyone would know what to do or how to handle it, it might be you. Or maybe you would know somebody.
I've already tried speaking to people in Necropolis. I will get an answer probably within a couple hours. The best I know is that her being filled with, I believe it's demonic mana, something along that. It's not great, but it isn't the worst thing. Demons tend to make undead pretty frequently. Simply removing it, though, is not going to be super difficult, I don't believe.
Mm.
I will double check with the people at Necropolis who know a bit more about this to
It's
give
mostly
us some information.
we somehow have to remove it without harming her. Given her raising was through mana, so if somehow all of her mana is removed, she'll die.
Well, the one thing I would say is that we have our own sustained amount of mana that we would have, but from what Kanto told me, she's raised through necromancy combined with a bit of science from, is it a Lazarus flower? Something along those lines. If that
I'm
is
not
the
sure of
case,
the details on that part.
Approaching.
yes, if that is the case, the one thing that I think assist would be finding a necromancer to, while you are draining her of demonic mana, to pump her with necrotic, keep her sane that way, keeping it well balanced, considering Kanto has informed me that has a very delicate balance of 4 things keeping her alive. I'll have to check my notes again, but if that is the case, necromancer feeding her mana while having some of her own removed should sustain her throughout the process.
Any
I
knowledge or assistance that you can get would be very helpful. I'm not very knowledgeable in undead, personally.
Yes, I a good bit of necromancy myself. I don't know if I'll be able to help too well, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm still getting information. I should have it by tonight, and I will proceed to give it to Mr. Kanto and yourself, and hopefully it'll be of some use.
Here's hoping. Thank you.
Yes. Let me see.
I guess I'll try and find the others.
All right. I see. One of the things here that's also listed is necroplasm. It's just ectoplasm from most undead. I can provide that very easily if she's needed of replacement. Pure mana, that's from herself. That all has to be her, unfortunately. I suppose someone else can pump her with normal mana to assist. The one thing that looks a little bit tricky here is the well, there's radioactivity, which is might become an issue.
Possibly.
I'll find out more, but I'll let you know
Mhm.
as soon as I do.
I'll message you as well regarding kind of the plan so far. At least what we've tried to come up with the information we have so far. Maybe you'll have a better idea if that will work or not.
It is possible there are things that they are not telling us.
I wouldn't say it's out of the question, but I'd definitely say be on your guard. They'll probably be looking for us to look into them. All things
This one
considered.
can-
I think as long as we go with, need to learn more about their culture so that when we
Keep in mind,
do the thing.
when you go to any kingdom like that, they may have already told their people certain things through whatever mannerism they want to use. Be it
Only things from the Feywild
mandate, through
or from the material plane.
off of record, or out of documentation through their libraries, whatever.
But not really monstrous creatures from the material plane.
Stories
Only monstrous creatures from the Feywild and mundane creatures from the
telling me
material plane as well as the Feywild.
about that inner light. There's something about if they don't learn how to control it, children are being taught.
But
the light
one could potentially be turned into a Jabberwock.
which I don't know what that means.
That would just be real fucked. And they would probably die immediately because they would go
For years.
stab. The second that they saw the mark
Be so much easier
and the creature that was on it.
to citizens, but
And that would be very unlikely as it's kind of rare. Rarer creatures are more rare
Good.
to
Honestly,
have that
not.
have the curse turn into them. Just like
if they are told to
they are rarer in the wild.
To us, or lie to us, ignore us.
There's always a chance someone could lie.
There is.
Even the queen could be lying. We could always get in there and see that these are just normal people. Now that's hopefully unlikely, and this is more a misunderstanding than lying, but we don't know.
And we won't know until we get there. But things to keep an eye out. This is, as far as I can see from the information that I've pulled, the kingdom is based around light magic and that artifact that I told you about. I guess somewhere within their halls, it's been used for ceremonies and some sort of trials,
What?
as far as I can
That-
tell.
Can I come in here?
Research and
I
development.
did a little digging.
About the kingdom?
Yeah.
About Alice Hall, yes.
Okay.
I work fast. What do you want from me?
Wish you would work fast in putting them into your emails to us.
Ouch.
I just got the information, baby. All right, you know it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll send it to you later today.
Built-in keyboard
I'll send
into
it to
your
you.
arm.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
This is excuses.
I'll send it to you later today.
It is simple excuses, Mr.
You know what? That's
Arnold.
fine. Look, regardless, the point being, the information is as follows. They have an artifact that's based around light magic, as is the entirety of their kingdom. They've got fables and fairy tales that are dictating certain things like if they don't control the light within them, it's gonna melt right through them.
Hi.
Artifacts being used in ceremonies
Hi.
and
You're raising your hand.
trials.
I'm intrigued. Yeah,
I guess in that process of helping dictate what kind of affinity it is that individuals within their kingdom are going to have. So I'm assuming
literally dictates every aspect of their life, most likely.
something.
Yeah, that's Calliope's questions. Are we going somewhere today? Or was it just that they're visiting?
Why focus on the magic? Why
Mr.
focus on the
Iron.
magic?
You have a
Yeah.
question before you.
Go.
So when are we going to do this?
Let me see.
Are we leaving today, or is this a later thing? I just need to know how much I need to manage my stress.
I do not believe we would have you leave today.
Nah, you're gonna go right now. Right now, you're packing your
Don't
bags.
say
and- no,
that.
you're not leaving. You're not leaving right now. To be honest with you, as far as I'm concerned, you guys won't be leaving for, I guess, a little while.
Okay, yeah.
Best
So I was just wrong about
is
what it was. It's
have you
she was just arriving
here
today.
in a couple of days.
Okay.
Right. That should give you guys time to do research on your own and come together and talk and discuss whatever it is that you guys think is going on here and come up with an effective strategy on talking and communicating with the people of this settlement so that way we don't alert anybody to any ulterior motives that we have or trigger any ulterior motives that they might have in their pockets.
Good. That means I don't have to and anxiety barf right now, at least.
Don't barf.
I feel like I might.
We just had tea. Don't do
Should I
that.
buy you a
Not good.
personal bucket?
No,
No, what? No.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Something that might be helpful. I don't know. Just whatever you can to support. I'm just here to help.
Oh yes, thank you.
Okay.
Very, very happy.
All right. Look, you guys know what the business
Yeah.
is now.
Yeah.
I will pass this information to you as best as I can. What information I've gathered.
Honestly, we don't even need to roll.
Just come up with
Stage 3.
information
There we go.
you can find on your own.
Calliope's anxious.
Right. If we can keep all this stuff together, and then we can sift.
That's a good
through it, we
question.
might be able to figure out what's going on here.
We don't know.
If there is any type of ulterior motive at play. Okay. Everybody good? Good.
Probably shuttle. Mhm.
I'm fine. I'm not mission deployable right now. So
I mean, I
I
know
just
that,
have a
but I
bunch of
mean,
useful,
I'm
useless information to me.
That wasn't
Oh.
even the question. I was asking if you were good.
Presumably via shuttle.
Technically, I still have
check
organ.
Maybe
parts,
with
but
some
thank you for asking.
socks.
All right. Well then, What can I do for you, Dr. Kennedy?
Again, if
I
any
get
of
your
you have a
cup of tea?
cure for Fey organ failure, let me know. But I don't think none of you do.
You know what?
The-
Honestly,
best cure is laughter.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. Yes, and it is at least keeping the energy up.
Mm-hmm. She could sit on a match between me and Hybrids having chess and logic conversations.
you
That's always
lose.
funny to watch.
Yes, because you'd lose quite quickly, actually.
Ouch.
You know, one
I've
time I
won
watched
once.
Hybris put herself in a losing
won
state
once.
just so she could be in a winning state and then tell her opponent that she was losing
One
on
point.
purpose.
Oh.
It's like
She's
you,
highly
Hezekiah,
intelligent.
you are like a yarn ball being put to a hold of cats half the time. That is when you engage into logical conversation.
Wow.
But I learn a lot. I'm like a yawn ball that gets
Yes.
longer every time. Eventually the cat
For
will
a
run out of
person that
energy.
is a school graduate. I'm not even going to say high school or college. You are just a graduate.
Oh, damn. No, you're not far off. The academy was not very in the
Take this with someone from
academics.
the doctor. Whether you're ahead.
Is it called the Academy of Ass Whoopings? Because it sounds like the School of Hard Knocks.
Right.
It was a knight's academy. We trained magic and combat. And a little bit of
social skills. If you
political.
had, you know, classmates.
There was courses for that. They were optional.
Oh,
They were optional.
Yes, not everybody qualified for them.
Oh,
And-
look at how useful they would have been now. Do you regret not putting it in your academic courses?
No, I regret being a farmhand boy when I first signed on, so they didn't give me the right to take the courses. There was when your name means what courses you can take.
That's just a flawed academic system at that point.
That is
And
definitely
it
a flawed
was.
academic
It
system.
indeed was.
Very good, and there's your answer.
Yes.
Why don't you try going to
But
like a cram school out here? See how fun it is. Just for giggles.
I mean, I could. Well,
Right, you
there's
might
computer
like it.
ones, right? Aren't there ones on the computer nowadays?
Yes, but I think you need in
Can
person.
you handle a
It'd help with that
computer?
social skills.
All right, fair point.
Okay.
I guess.
I'm glad we've come
Yeah,
to
man,
this
look, hey,
agreement.
here's the caveat, okay? If you go, I'll go.
Oh, lovely! Both of you can learn some common sense.
What the hell is this? You know what? This is some bullshit. I'm going.
I don't want to hear it when I have to handcuff you to the medical bed.
I'm
Oh.
good enough at most.
You want to finish
Okay.
that sentence? That's what I thought.
Wow.
All right, what type of course should I
Exactly.
take then? What should I be looking for? Like,
Several.
I'm taking you
That's
away
not
not for
helpful,
your own
baby.
health, but for theirs at this point.
Yes.
you know, it doesn't do that. Moonbeam didn't do that. If you ever need somebody to watch them again, I'm
She's
they were fine. They ran around
a
circles.
little
Not on the desk
crazy,
bit.
but she's very polite. Not that sassy. Yet.
No debates.
No.
Oh, jeez, not
Yet. Yet. That's the concerning part.
Well, Faye, teenagers. But I shouldn't have her that long. Hopefully. Oh God. I hope I don't. Oh no. I don't know if I'm ready for motherhood. Fatherhood? Oh. Oh. Parenthood. That works. There we go. Oh. Hopefully we can find there. Parent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Give me a roll. We'll see if it happens now or later. Now or in a minute. 7. It's happening now. Ah! Oh. Ah. Haha. It's fine. Fine.
The fact that she had asked, "Are you a slave as well?" Was concerning.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yes,
Because of
apparently
course.
where
Okay.
she's from.
Sune are slaves. So that was slightly concerning.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay then.
The fact that I'd never heard of it means that whatever type of kitsune she is probably going to have some differences to what I am.
Either that or wherever
Most
she was
probably.
from is completely on its head.
Yeah, I had similar
Mm.
gatherings. If she would like us to go and check that area
Is
out,
that like- Why is he covered in blood? Again.
Who?
Slade.
Hi.
I waited till you guys finished your goddamn meeting. All right, let me just go to medical and clean this up.
Why? Why? What happened?
What do you mean why?
I'll find out later.
We'll find out later. Go clean now. You are a hazard.
Go clean. You're gonna
Go.
splotches on
Clean
the
and
ground.
stop getting blood on the floor.
Health code violation.
Oh. That's not demon blood, is it? It probably is, isn't it? Oh, okay. I'm gonna take your silence as a yes.
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Oh.
I got my muffs on too fucking far or too close. I guess.
Is it demon blood?
No.
Okay. That helps a lot. Because issues with that.
There we go. Just a rag, a needle, and some cable or something, please.
Are you injured?
Please.
What I mean is, if you're injured, then I'm gonna help.
Just a ricochet or two. I can handle it.
No. If you're here, I kind of legally have to do it myself. Or someone else, but you know.
Is there a thing that states that I can't handle my own injuries?
Are you medical? That should answer your
Not
question.
with this group, so I guess no.
I mean, I can give it to you and send you out, but it would probably be easier if I did it anyways.
Sure. Yeah. People could deal with their own goddamn problems. I wouldn't have to be doing this shit.
If people could handle their own problems, it just probably wouldn't exist. To be fair.
I get big problems. Talking about small problems.
What small problem was this one?
Meat and gangs. Meat and gangs. Right arm just gonna have a ricochet bullet here and here.
Are they still inside?
Nah, they're out.
Okay. Do you want pain medicine?
Nope.
I'm at least gonna use the cantrip, so it doesn't, hurt the whole time.
How was your guys' talk today?
Nerve-wracking.
Couldn't be that bad, could it?
Well, royalty is something to be mostly nervous about. At least when you're a person who's not even wearing shoes. And they're on the brink of war. Just casual things. There.
Yeah, the only royalty I've ever really known has been someone who's just holding a title.
I've met Fae royalty before. They're more easy to understand. At least for me, anyways.
Fae to Fae. I got him.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Probably fairly close to turning, but fine, mostly.
Good to hear.
Ow. Why?
How do you feel about me killing humans?
I guess it depends on the situation.
The answer should always be disgusted.
If it's defensive, I'm still not necessarily okay with it, but I understand.
The answer should always be disgusted. Or any being with sentient life outside of giant monsters or evil bastards who do fucked up shit.
So why do you do it then?
Because when you set yourself up with bio-og so that you can't be knocked out, so I have to keep punching you until your brain is nothing more than mush. I'm pretty much forced at that point. Or the fact that the people who I side with can't talk their way out of a goddamn room. So then everyone's shooting their guns off. I'm not exactly non-lethal.
I guess, if someone is purposely putting that life on the line, ready to kill other people, maybe it's because I'm Fae, because the circle of life kind of thing. But if you have your eyes set to kill, then you should be ready to be killed. I still
I don't know if I'm in...
don't think you should do it for no reason. That's horrible and a little terrifying. But I wouldn't want someone to die because they couldn't defend themselves.
Don't know if I'm in the... Don't know if I'm in the mindset for philosophical debates. Kind of stuck in my own head right now.
I wish I could say I could help, but you know me. Have you had your hands checked out anytime recently?
No.
Do you want them checked out?
I think I'd rather keep them taped up for now.
Soon, though.
It's a whole thing with me. It's the more human I feel, the more they shake.
Light. I mean, probably will always be somewhat of a... Yeah? Tomorrow. I said we'd try and do it tomorrow.
Look, I'm all taken care of. If you want to go back to your group, you can.
Is it in the morning?
Fix up my gear a little bit. Things got kind of smashed.
Okay, then we can do it tonight, but it's gonna have to be a while. I mean, just empty out the trash cans. I can do it myself. Yeah, just empty out the trash cans and I'll try and do it myself. Okay. Mary, thank you so much for the raid. Hello.
And yet you're still hanging here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I could be real, I've never been able to read you.
here I thought I was an open book.
You stutter, you cower extremely easily. If the situation becomes violent, you're prone to wanting to leave it and vacate. So, of course, initial thought processes is trauma and everything like that you've been through, which we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Lasting effect, so you're scared. But then, I feel like there have been moments where I'm literally telling you to fuck off, that I'm hateful and angry. And yet there you go, sitting right there.
Well, you say you want me to leave, or that you don't like me, or things like that, but your actions don't speak to that. Now, if you really do need alone time, I'll leave you alone. But I think sometimes you do need someone.
Well, congrats. You can read me.
It's very difficult.
Because the helmet?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a big part of stuff.
Well, actually, no. I can't always tell with facial expressions, but body movement. Voice. It can be hard though, because sometimes you speak more monotonely, without too much inflection.
Yeah, it can be like that, can it?
I also just struggle, with the no socialization for 10 at least years, give or take.
You know, you say that. You are by far one of the most logical people that I've met.
Well, that's
And you tend to understand a lot of social cues a lot more than you even say. You know when to leave. You normally know when to stay. You know when people need compassion, and you know when there's nothing that you can do. You also undermine yourself quite a lot. In fact, sounds just like someone else I know.
Well, I'm I am still awkward. Mostly because I don't know what to say a good 90% of the time, or when I do, I can't say it.
Yet you still find enough to say.
I try, at least.
You're successful. The fundamental scrap in every goddamn thing I own.
And I hate to say this part, but when you're done, I might need you to clean up the metal bits, because I've had a lot of metal today.
I'm putting it all on the pan.
I know. I just.
And I am aware.
Thank you. Between the lower Zafira and the guards, it's a bit too much metal today. Just to be passively around.
I got you.
Also, this makes it very, very hard to put gloves on. Because it just pokes through them.
Get specialized gloves or something, right?
I don't think that's gonna work. A little bit. At least stop the progress. For now.
I could think of something with some maybe reinforcement, possibly. Maybe something that changes with you. I know you can morph, so.
Not can morph. Do morph. That implies I have any form of control over that.
Last I checked, just about everyone who can morph has had times in their lives where they've talked about not being able to control it. But I know your situation's more delicate, so I won't speculate.
That's one way to say it. I don't know with my case if I can learn to control it or anything. I think it's just learning to control my emotions, which is more difficult. But then at that point, maybe I just don't turn anymore, which would be nice, but also, if you need a big owlbear, maybe a problem.
Yeah.
I'll just have to call you. You're good at making me anxious when you try to be. That's a joke. To clarify, because you like messing with me.
Yep.
So, is there anything I can do to help?
I don't exactly think you have a way of dealing with mental anguish, so. I don't really.
I think that there's a therapist on board, but maybe they might, but also I see where that might be. I guess not for you, but for me, anxiety inducing. So maybe something different for you. Uncomfortable.
You think me talking to a therapist is uncomfortable?
Maybe. I don't know everything that makes you uncomfortable. Have you ever tried?
You know, I run a preserve that literally has a therapy section attached to it now, right?
No. You haven't really talked to me much lately. Not as a mean thing. Just we've both been busy with different things.
We attached a little thing to it. It's meant to be an addition. We call it bunny therapy. There are some of the bunnies that we've trained really well that you basically sit and speak to a therapist and then hold a bunny while you're doing it. It's shocking. It's way more effective than you think.
That's nice.
But I've really used it myself. You know, I just deal with my trauma the same way most people do. Push it down deep in the air and fight and kill things till it goes away. Or until I break in front of somebody, which has only been 2. 2 or 3, I think, including me.
Well, if you want to try, that there's 2 options there. Bunny or Aegis. I mean,
Sure, you know what?
With Aegis,
Go ahead and
if
make
you...
them earn their paycheck.
Oh, okay. I was gonna make a joke to entice you with a therapy owlbear. I can't sit in your lap though. That would hurt. I'm not a lap owlbear. Yes, probably. Unless they did a size reducing.
More cuddle time with the Slayer cat.
I'm fine.
I'm sure you are. Fine. Calliope. I could use a little bit of help. Can you get them for me?
Yes, I can do that. Do you want any tea?
Sure.
Also?
Sure.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay, maybe. All right. You know what? This is starting to ask more questions. I'm starting to get somewhere. But this is all
don't
hypothetical.
mean to interrupt. You're Amber, right?
Yes.
Hi. Official meeting. I think. I'm Calliope. If I remember right, you're the therapist, right?
Yes, that's correct. I am the therapist.
I have a very golden opportunity that may never come again.
Okay.
The person in the medical area who has a little difficulty accepting help is interested in a session.
Amber, go. Amber, go now.
If you're not busy.
Amber, do not even question. Amber, move.
Also, do you want tea?
Amber, please. For the love of everything that is happening here, I don't even need to question.
I'm gonna make you tea.
I see it. So this is definitely important.
It's just that you should go.
Also, his name is Slade.
Okay.
I'll get you tea and stuff.
See you later, Doc.
this will never happen again. Unless it goes really well. Then it might. That would be probably very mentally healthy. Thankfully, it's still kind of warm, so it doesn't have to boil for too long. Just put it on a tray.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Doc. Slade.
Nice to meet you as well. Alright. So how does this whole therapy thing work? I talk to you, you talk to me.
Just gonna
How does this work?
tea. There's also honey and sugar on the plate if you want it. I'm gonna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me know if you need me.
Thank you, Calliope.
Okay.
Hi, DM. I didn't know if you.
Ion is going to try to attempt to research
Okay.
if there's any evidence of what happened.
Woo. 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 Slade is accepting therapy. Oh my God, is Scarlet streaming? Please tell me Scarlet's streaming. Please, for the love of God. I want to see it. I want to. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna watch that later. I bet that's really fun. That's so cool. Calliope didn't do this. Calliope cannot in any way convince someone that they should do therapy. However, beautiful. It's a very rare opportunity. Calliope's like, go. Do it, please. It's gonna be great. Maybe. Maybe not. But it could be great. It's totally possible. It's totally possible that Slade could be like, hey, Cord, I did this. Maybe you should do this. And then Cord goes like, no. And then Slade goes like, but you should. That's Dakota? Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Belle? Hi. I don't know if this is a private thing. I can leave.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Okay. I'll be over here if you need me. It's okay. I'm glad. A lot of emotions today, but open emotional discussions. That's great. That's a good thing. I didn't think that actually happened. Ow. Not here, anyways. These are a problem. When did this start happening? I don't even remember. Guess what, Cord? Therapy isn't cringe. Cord's like, ew, what the fuck? You're a main character. You don't go to therapy. Main characters don't go to therapy, Slade. Yeah. Originally, Calliope was going to stay in the garden, but Calliope decided not to. Because he's nervous. Cord going on a date and Slade getting therapy. Shit's happening. Stuff's going. It's moving. And I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Beep, 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 beep. Onset's about to be open, so I don't want to leave, like, get offline to work on models or anything. If she makes the next pick. She might not.
Nondescript by intentionally nondescript. Cookie cutter, village house.
Just literally disappeared and standing there. Oh.
Hi. Ah. It's worse in here. No.
We can step outside.
Mm-hmm. Eyes. Sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just wanted to make sure that you knew, we should keep, people out of the medical bay for a little bit. Therapy session happening.
They moved to the office. It's
Perfect.
now.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I didn't know if we had that, so.
Yes, we do. There's an office. It's directly across from the research hall.
Okay, perfect. Then I can go back in.
There's technically another. Yes, there's technically another office down by the manufactory. I forget what they call that. A synthesizer? Whatever that thing is.
I've never even gone in that area, so I don't know what any of that means.
Oh, right, yes. Well, if you need potions and things like that, you can get simple glass bottles and beakers from there if you needed them. There are metal things, but everything is separated, so you don't have to worry about accidentally touching something.
Okay. That's, good.
There's also, I think, one of Crystal's sewing machines in there.
Oh.
An old one.
Roughly within about a month and a half, maybe 2 months of time.
Nice.
Or you can just talk with Lady Crystal about that. You know, I was thinking about asking her about some stuff recently.
I probably need to get different clothes at some point.
It's nice. I will say it's a little refreshing how back to.
I'm
going to train. Probably going to switch.
I just get nervous with the. I don't want to ruin clothes.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can figure out some enchantments, a necklace or something. So if you shift, it stores your clothes.
That would be nice. I don't know how to do
It's just
that.
like the little storage.
I don't know if you know how to do that, but I don't.
No, I mean it would be like similar to me, my sword. Maybe it's kind of it's always with me, but it's not. That's not an enchantment that I did. That's something that my patron did.
Yeah, I would like that, but I just don't know where we would find a way to do that.
Probably a really expensive magic shop. You can ask Miss Hybris. Maybe she can figure out a place.
I don't want to ask Hybris for too much of unnecessary things. I can just take these off. That's what I do, and how it's worked for this long. So I don't want to take up funds, especially a lot of funds, just so I don't have to do that anymore.
If you use it for a combat uniform, and it just happens to work on your other outfits, then I don't see the problem in it. I'll file it away under proper uniform.
What kind of combat uniform would I wear? I can't wear armor.
That's up to you. Maybe some extra little satchels or equipment that would be helpful for you to carry for others.
I have a basket for that.
All right.
I can't carry a lot of weight, so I could only maybe wear leather armor at the most. Maybe really light wood.
Yes, well, it's all up to you then, whatever you decide to, but if it's for the field, then by all means.
Okay.
Just keep it open. It's not an issue, really. If it was, she would let you know right away while you're asking.
Mm-hmm. The problem is building myself up to ask for something.
No worries. If you want to make an official form and just hand it to me, I can ask her if you want.
Okay. Maybe that might work.
If you ever need me to make a process easier and asking for anything, just let me know, and I'll help you.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna go sit down. You
really
can
good
come
at
if you want.
bigger animals now, so I can probably talk to you in your other form.
Oh.
Which is nice. I just haven't had a chance to test it.
I thought he was gonna follow. Oh. It at least it worked with Nyla.
Yeah, that was quite a challenge to keep that going. I hope it lasted long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good, because I just got past learning how to use it on just birds and rabbits. Now I'm at, like, dogs and wolves.
I'm considerably bigger than both of those. So
yes,
step in the
straining.
right direction. For sure.
Yeah, next will be. So I have the owl part down. Now I need the bear, right?
Mm-hmm. At least in theory.
For the most part, yes, actually. A lot of magic is based on theory and putting it together and deciding, oh, that did work.
And a lot of confidence.
Well, I don't care about failure, so yeah, a lot of it was just kind of false confidence for the most part, going, well, that didn't kill me. Like a lot of the Sylvan I was learning at the first before I decided to not try to just cast the spells, that I need to learn the language more.
Mm. Well, I'll try to see if I can let you know next time I'm stuck for a bit. But might help practice.
Yeah, no worries. I'm usually just in the office doing what I can, anyways.
Mm. Ow.
And in exchange, if I ever come across, are you good at Sylvan?
Mhm. I speak Sylvan.
Okay.
It's
Well,
it's
if I
my
run into
first
any
language.
issues, then I'll ask you then.
Okay.
But for the most part, having the book translated in Common and translated in Sylvan, it's been very helpful.
If you ever need conversational help, just let me know. Sometimes
Oh yes, that
that helps a lot with learning, just having conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I'll test you. Just come up and exclusively talk to you in Sylvan and see how much you understand. That's a joke, by the way. That would probably be very stressful.
I'm used to stress, so it's fine.
Well, if you want me to do that, then I can. But otherwise,
Yeah,
I'll
you know,
just.
we're just
But,
almost like a pop quiz in Sylvan.
I'll keep it to simple phrases. How was
I'd
your
appreciate
day?
that.
Good morning. What's the weather like? Spacey.
Yes, very spacey, very cold,
Mm-hmm.
and quiet.
Low chance of oxygen.
Mm-hmm. Definitely very, very open though. So it's very spacious.
Uh. I didn't think that there was such a thing as too much space. Now I do. Ooh.
Yes, it just keeps going until you run into something.
Hmm.
Quite the thing to start to understand. Distance.
Yep. Give me a roll. Because Calliope is very anxious. Um. Ups and downs.
That's life. I understand that much.
A lot of anxiety lately. It's getting around that time.
Hmm?
Uh,
I'm sorry, I don't really.
I get more stressed during this section of the year.
Like near the holidays?
Yeah, yes.
Alright, fair enough.
Mostly getting closer to December.
Hmm. Yeah, I get that. Some people, depending on the time frames, some people get like that.
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to panic all the time once we got close because then she had to worry about cooking. Like, overly important.
Yeah. My parents did too. Sometimes. Setting up for the festivals.
Yeah, especially the farmers markets. Used to get so much anxiety that her magic would spark if she got something wrong or she was looking for something and she couldn't find it fast enough. I would literally feel the entirety of our house start to rumble.
I don't think I ever had
All because she couldn't find the napkins.
that much. It would be a lot of preparation, so. The winter solstice is fairly important to winter court day, obviously. The big festivals and things like that.
I have yet to see one of these. Is it a Fae festival?
Mm-hmm.
Those will be in the following months, right? I know BB had invited me to one, but I believe that one either passed or we were still doing our mission while it was going on. I can't remember what happened exactly.
I wouldn't mind going to one eventually.
Me neither. It sounded interesting enough.
Ah! Ow. Ow. That's fine. I'm gonna be going now. Bird arms probably soon. Ow. Ow. I know. I still like changing models. Right in front of people. It was embarrassing. Somehow. Like taking my clothes off. Mostly because I don't know how this model was set last time. Yep. I knew it. Still stuck weird. I always forget how much bigger Calliope's arms look. Where is it? Nope, not that one. There we go. Mother trucker. Yeah, I don't want him to see my blue triangles. I was so, like, weirded out by the blue triangles at first. Yep, this is the new level 5. We get fully feathered. I mean, to take off the hat, because we left the hat. We left it there. Oh, no. I was so mad about the triangles at first. I was like, these are weird. I don't like them. They're not the same as the blue guys. I miss the blue guys. Calliope doesn't want to, like, go hide away because he wants to kind of be there for Slade, but also, ow, he doesn't like people seeing him as a bird. He's a bird. Tea. In his life or in RP? Albert. Life, probably the day that he was outcast.
I don't know how to use them. I used them by accident.
And
But
that's a
it
good
turned
thing.
out okay.
Hi, sorry. Little.
No, welcome back.
You're fine.
Hello. Are you okay? It sounded painful.
It is. But I'm fine. Just the fingers turning into claws and stuff. But it's uncomfortable.
It sounded like it.
It gets worse.
Oh.
I'm just anxious. Turtle, be fine. Maybe. Yeah, I like his eyes like this.
No. As long as you're safe, it's fine, but
Safe, maybe.
So, what did you need back in the garden?
I didn't need anything. I was just, looking for people. Also trying to get away from light, which is worse now somehow. I don't, somehow I know how.
Well, that solves that mystery.
well, there's something eating
the
at you
time
more
being, I
than the
suppose.
others.
The had a realization as well about Moonbeam. Starting to get worried. When, let alone if we actually will find her parents.
Hmm. Well, are you still actively looking?
Yeah. Not
And
physically going out, but trying to find any information.
and do you think there's a chance of you finding any information?
Not entirely sure. From what I can tell, she was taken by poachers, so her parents could be alive. There was no evidence that they weren't, but also no evidence where she's from. And the Feywild is a big place.
That is true. Alright, well. But do you think it would be better if they stayed with you?
probably at some point. But that's a whole other question. I'm
It is.
I don't know how great of a full-time role model I am.
Hmm. I think you're good enough, or at least a good influence. Better than some people. Most
Like
people,
me.
actually.
What, I'm a prankster?
Yeah, but that's not a terrible thing. It's still somebody who I'd be.
I mean,
I'm fairly
for
certain that is pretty normal
Faye,
for the
that's
Fae.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd fit in.
I doubt that anymore.
Wear long sleeves, it's fine. And a glove. Leather glove.
But I spent so long making this, I'd be ashamed to hide it.
I mean, you don't have to, but I'm just saying, in the Feywilds, maybe.
I mean, apparently Kanto can touch it just fine, so should be fine for most Fae?
It might be an alloy.
It depends.
Yeah,
Some
I know.
Fae are just allergic to cold iron. Some are allergic to non-ferrous metals. Ferrous metals.
Alright, non-ferrous.
And some are
Ferrous got
like
iron in it, non-ferrous
me
means, yeah.
that are allergic to everything except for copper and gold, pretty much.
Yeah, got it, won't touch you with Man of Steel arm.
Mm-hmm. But please don't. I will cry. Just a little.
Only a little.
Just a little bit.
Fair enough. But I don't think you have to worry too much.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to it, I'm pretty sure BB could always help you find somebody willing to at least let them stay in the Feywilds and with them. Especially you're raising them properly, so I don't doubt they won't be able to find somewhere that suits them.
It would be a conversation, at least.
Another time, you still have time. You don't have to worry about, if you worry about separation, not seeing them, you just make sure that people know. It's not like you can't visit.
It's more a fear of imprinting at that point.
I don't think there's anything negative for you to imprint onto them.
No, I mean, they've been with me a very long time at this point. And birds and even bird-like people can imprint, especially when young. So it's possible that at this point, it even if I give them back to their real parents, that they have massive separation issues or anxiety, and I don't want to do that, but I also don't know if that's even true, because I don't know much about Strixes.
Well, I can't really say I know anything about them either, so that's up to chance, but
The
think you need to see
at
it
this
as
point, it
bad
takes a
news and
while
things
for
like that.
Calliope to change and go to next stages
Of course, I understand your
or something
concerns
of
for
high
its
stress.
general well-being. I don't think that's such a bad thing for it to end up doing, though. Especially if it cares.
It's not that it's necessarily bad. Just I didn't expect to parent.
That's understandable. Nobody really expects that to just fall on their lap.
Mhm.
I mean, you could always bring them around here more.
Uh,
Maybe that'll get them at least a little more sociable.
She lives here. I just don't bring her out a lot. She naps often, but more nocturnal.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess a few more trips back and forth between here and the kitchen wouldn't hurt.
Maybe to try to get her up during the day a little more.
Exactly. Just change the mobile activity just slight. It'll make a difference.
Mm.
Well, I wish you the best then.
Thank you. I like how you can see Sokoto's markings glowing through the denim, the like rips in her pants.
Better. I overslept earlier. Very nearly didn't wake up in time to hear the whole thing with the queen and everything.
Oh.
Chugged coffee before that. After that ended, had dinner, my room, now I have water.
How did that go?
It was interesting. It was.
I don't think it went bad. At least.
Came away from it
We
with
learned
lots
a lot of things.
to think about.
Lots of
Learned some
possibilities.
things, had more questions about things, and trying to process the.
Gave me a lot to think about and to talk about with Miss Hybris and Ion when picking agents to send. At least for the first introductions and scoping out the general vicinity of the area. I want to be careful, but I also don't want to limit our capabilities should things change.
So
But I trust.
Are the people that were here today not going on the first mission for it?
They will be, yes.
Oh.
But most likely, if you're still available and willing to go after hearing the seminar. But I know we will have to be sending one extra with you, which is why Dr. Amber is not an agent for the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my main thought.
Exactly. So there will be a small amount of changes made to the team, maybe even additions.
Would Ro be joining us? Because I know she was originally supposed to come today.
That would be up to her. Once she gets the information, if she's still willing to and reads over it, then by all means. But as for filling the slot Dr. Amber was on, if Slade's willing to go, I would probably send him given his... He doesn't need magic to do his job. If things were to be
You, me,
turned against you.
Shiro, Slade. Possibly. Sorry, I'm just thinking over team composition in my head.
Quite a few agents use magic.
For the most part, yeah.
I do wonder.
Some of them...
If someone took my magic, if I would still... Bird.
Well, what are you
That's
originally?
a very good question.
An elf.
So you would probably stay your original form, or whatever you're currently in.
I mean, that's the question. Would it just take my magic, or would it take the curses? Is the curse separate magic? I still don't know how this works. You know, there wasn't a like
would depend.
Introductory packet for becoming a cursed one.
Because Hezekiah asked similar questions to me. If I would be able to still shapeshift. But I can go from human to Kitsune form. If I would stay as I am, as more of a half form. If I would just lose all the Kitsune traits. Or if I would just go back to being a four-legged fox.
And that all depends on how they work.
Since I was born in a human form, that perhaps that's how I would stay. But I'm also not quite sure how that would work. Never really experimented with just straight up having no magic. Is that something the training room can do?
That's the thing, though. We don't understand how they do it. It would simulate it, yes. It would be the most logical guess for the system, though, wouldn't it? So it's hard to tell how it would work. We also don't understand how they work, so we don't know if it drains or suppresses, kind of like the wristbands at the Lotus.
I know at least at the Lotus, I don't progress in transformation, which is surprisingly weird.
So it might be something that first stops a spell and then keeps things suppressed from the sounding. Because as soon as the people left, magic slowly came back.
I guess we didn't ask, but it might be good to find out if this is touch based or just an aura.
True.
From what they were talking about,
It seemed more like it was an aura.
Like it was around
from
them.
their first interaction.
But then it needs to be, is it a type of counter spell that's cutting you off? Is it some type of weapon? Or is it some type of amulet or an enchanted stone? Because then they could implant those where they need them and leave them. Or does it need a user to feed off of their mana to keep it satisfied? Who knows?
No idea.
Indeed.
I'll see if we can't get Ion or Miss Hybris to ask more questions and get us some more information for you guys.
If Slade comes out looking for me, I'm gonna go check on Moonbeam for a little bit.
All right.
I feel like it's about time that she would wake up.
All right.
Tell her I said hello.
I will. If you ever do want to babysit, just let me know. I don't mind time off. Full time parenthood. That feels like a lot. And Calliope, at some point while he's in here, will probably get bird wings because he's very anxious. He's a little bit in his head. But I won't do that right this second because I will probably reset the avatar. Before we go to onsen, because it's time. 30 minutes passed. And I would like to go. Tired. Plus, we've been here for 3 hours. 3 hours. That's the question. That's the question. I could go as Maddie. I could go as Cord. I could go as somebody else. But I kind of want to go as Maddie or Cord. Maybe. Kind of depends on how many staff are there. Bleh. This tea does not taste as good. No, it's not cold. Ugh. Kind of tastes shitsy. Kind of tastes shitsy. Without the good taste. I don't think he'll want to. I think he'll probably want to log off after. But I'm going to take a quick break to check the Discord, see how many staff are there, as well as get a snack and go pee. So I'll be back.